Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swaminiti Namini Namo Acharya Padhaya Nitai Kripa Pradayini Gaurakatha Dhamadhaya Nagara Gram Dharini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desha Dharini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. Happy Shivratri also. Today we are celebrating Shivratri. So here in Kerala, there is a special festival on Shivratri. Devotees travel to 12 Shiva temples in this night. And while traveling, they will be chanting Govinda, Govinda like that. So throughout the night, they will chant Govinda's name and visit all the 12 Shiva temples. So very auspicious day. And thank you for the opportunity. It is a great fortune to see glorious Vaishnavas in our lifetime, meet them, converse with them, associate with them. It's all a great fortune. So Prabhupada and all his wonderful disciples, the sannyasis, followers of Prabhupada, most of them are very special gem. Somewhere Srila Prabhupada said once, Krishna had handpicked some gems and sent to me for assistance. So all these great personalities are handpicked gems by Krishna. Sadhavaha sadhu bhushana. Krishna says they are all my ornaments. So we are all very fortunate to see these great personalities, to talk with them, to associate with them. And many of us are lucky to be initiated by them in spiritual life. We may not understand the glories of such a Sadguru. And we have got a personality who's a guru as well as acharya. In general terms, there is a difference between guru and acharya. Acharya is a guru, but every guru is not an acharya. Acharya are special people who are empowered to change Vedic instructions according to time. A regular guru cannot do that, but an acharya can do that. For example, Narada told Valmiki to chant Mara. He reversed the mantra. Narada Muni reversed the mantra and gave to Valmiki, that Ratnakar. If we do that in Kali Yuga, the present time, it will be Nama Aparad. Like somebody is coming and asking us, and we tell them, okay, don't chant Hare Krishna, you can chant Riha Krishna. Instead of Hare, you can chant Riha, something like that. If we say that, that will become Nama Aparada. But here, Narada Muni had done that. He reversed the holy name and made Ratnakar to chant and become Valmiki. So acharya is a person who has the power to change Vedas according to time, place, and circumstance. So we are so fortunate to have His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, so Guru, and we can say equivalent to Acharya. We discuss this privately, not in a public forum. In public forum, we don't discuss as expected by the ISKCON management. But for a disciple, as a disciple is concerned, Guru Maharaj is equivalent to Acharya. So, his life itself is an example. No normal human being can do this in this lifetime. When the body is not cooperating,
That was really
then
good. Are you having service?
steps is a challenge nowadays, you know. If this, suppose if we are in this health condition, we will be completely mentally discouraged. A normal sickness is enough to put us down. You know, suppose, you know, I have seen many cancer patients. I have seen many of them. They are completely discouraged. The fear of death has gripped them. Many times devotees say, I am not scared about death. But a couple of years back when Corona attacked, we saw 90% of the devotees are also scared. The fear is there with everyone. Everybody has got that fear of death. We may say, I am not scared, but the fear grips them. Guru Maharaj was in ICU. That was some kind of a special ICU, not a regular ICU. Some few beds, only few beds were there in ICU, maybe 8 or 6, very few. And the secretaries told, every day on an average, 2 people leave that ICU, dead. Imagine you are lying down and people next to you on your right and on your left, and they're dying every day. I am sure we all will be completely depressed. And Guru Maharaj had tubes all over his body. And he couldn't speak much. So they had invented a special system. They had a board. And there will be big alphabets. Suppose Guru Maharaj wants to have water. He can't speak because so many tubes on his body. So he will touch the board, W-A-T-E-R, water. So they'll understand he needs water. And moving the hand itself takes a tremendous energy. And in that case, anybody will feel tired. So he asked for the board, his message board, and devotees brought, they thought, maybe he wanted some water, something like that. So he was patiently touching every word, asking for hand counter, which is supposed to give to the person on the next bed so that that person will chant. Do you think any other person will be able to do that? Imagine you are traveling in a bus and the bus has met with an accident and around 30-40 people are in the bus and everybody is in accident. All their hands and limbs are broken and they are all struggling in pain. Will one traveler who has already broken limb, will he get up, move to the next person and help him? I am sure every single person will become highly selfish at that time, which is nature. So Guru Maharaj is in ICU and people are all leaving their body on both sides. He called for that alphabet board and he was messaging, he was messaging, and that took, the assistant said, that took almost 5 minutes to convey that message because it's not easy for him to lift his finger and touch each and every alphabet. It literally took more than 5 minutes. What an amazing deep conviction towards preaching. Once Bhakti Dheera Damodar Maharaj, who is a sannyasi follower of Guru Maharaj, sannyas disciple of Guru Maharaj. He is Bhakti Tirtha Maharaja's disciple, but he took sannyasa from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Gurudev. So Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj once said, Bhakti Dheera Damodar Maharaj once said, he had a conversation with Jayapataka Swami Gurudev. So Maharaj asked Gurudev, you are so unhealthy. Why don't you take some rest? Every doctor is saying that, every caretaker is saying that, why don't you just take some rest? See, today, right now, in Mayapur, with all the health problem, he has traveled to Medinapur something, Medinapur or Midnapur. And he addressed some 4,000 people, and he's sick. So Bhakti Dheera Damodar Swami asked him, why don't you just take some rest? So Guru Maharaj answered him, if I don't preach, I am selfish. And they were like, he was shocked. How can you be selfish if you don't preach? And on top you are sick, right? He said, if I don't preach, I am selfish. And Guru Maharaj gave an explanation that a son should transfer ancestors' property to grandchildren without exploiting it. Imagine you get ancestral property. And what is my duty? I should transfer the ancestral property to my children, my grandchildren. If you don't transfer it, then you are selfishly exploiting, using it for your own. So this is Prabhupada's message, Guru Parampara's message of Krishna. I should not hold it with myself. I have to pass it down. Then he said, if I don't preach, I will fall sick. Guru Maharaj said, if I don't preach, I will fall sick. If I don't travel, I completely reverse of a normal human being. We fall sick if we travel. And that kind of travel, what we are talking is not the travel what we are imagining. What we do, we travel once or twice in a year, long trips. Okay, for like you are all in US, you are going to India, maybe an once in a year plan, or maybe once in quite a few months, or once in 2 years, depends on. The most frequent flyer also maybe like from US coming to India, maybe once in 6 months. But we are talking about a person who travels at least 1 or 2 countries per day. It was once spoken by His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Tamal Krishna Maharaj, many years back, I heard that when he was speaking on Guru Maharaja's Vyasa Puja. He said, we had some special day here. So I was doing Dandavat Parikrama of Mayapur. So he said he did some parikrama. Tamal Krishna Maharaj did some parikrama of Mayapur. And in the night, late night, I met His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Then I asked him, where were you? I didn't see you for the whole day. We met yesterday and today whole day I didn't see you and you are coming so late. Where were you? Yeah. And Jayapataka Maharaj said, morning Chennai, I went for Rath Yatra, and afternoon in Bangalore, some temple inauguration, evening and went to Malaysia, and night I came back. Then Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, I am doing parikrama of Mayapur and you have traveled to 2-3 countries and you have come back. Right? So he said, I will fall sick. So a true disciple has to follow 3 things. You know, the simple famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Tadvite pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya. So there are 3 things in the shloka, very beautiful shloka, and we all know the shloka. Pranipada, pariprashna, and seva. So it is very important to humbly approach a guru. Pranipada, the seal of truth. Prabhupada has translated in Bhagavad Gita the seer of truth. So these people had seen the truth. Like Guru Maharaj giving strange instructions. Like I wonder, in Malaysia there was a couple. And the couple, got married 20-25 years over, no children. Now they are elderly, they are 50 plus, no children. So one day Guru Maharaj met them, then asked, you don't have children? They said, no, we didn't have children and now we are pretty old, We are 50 plus and no more interested. Now we are not planning to have a children. Right? And Guru Maharaj gave a very strange instruction, very, you can't even analyze it what it is. He said, you will get a son and give him to me. You will get a son and hand over him to me. It's like, and they were like, we already crossed all those ages. Now we are 50 plus and we are not worried and we are settled in life. We are going ahead with our own stuff. And surprisingly, even they were surprised. They didn't have babies for so many years. After 54, 55, the Mataji conceived. So surprisingly, then they realized it was the Guru Maharaj's words. So they are seer of truth. When we see each other, we see the gross body. I see, okay, somebody is fair, somebody is dark, somebody is tall, somebody is short. But a guru can see the subtle body. Imagine Guru seeing our mind. Because both the bodies are equal and subtle body is more important than the gross body. So a guru can see the subtle body, and imagine somebody can see our mind. You know, we have all kinds of complications, complex, sometimes even dirty thoughts. Right? And the guru asks, how are you? And we smile and say, I am fine. But he knows everything that's going inside our mind. He knows everything. He understands everything that goes inside our mind. Right? So, pranipata. These are the three stages of surrender. Pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Pranipata, approach it with a lot of humility. Guru Maharaj mentioned that many times in his lectures. In the early days when Guru Maharaj met Prabhupada, so Guru Maharaj wrote a letter to Prabhupada saying that I am the most humble servant of yours. Prabhupada commented saying that you are most of nothing. You know, Guru Maharaj said, I am the most humble servant. So somewhere the mind of our mind, even in that humility, it is arrogant. You know, we express humbleness in an arrogant way, in an egoistic way. Right? Humility also we express in the egoistic way. So pranipata, when we approach a guru, it should be complete transparent and no self-centeredness. Complete transparency. The dealing and the reciprocation with guru should be, you know, so transparent, which is not very easy. Not very easy. Prabhupada's famous disciple, we all know the first, I forgot the Vishnu Jana Swami. We all have heard, must have heard this name early days. A good friend of Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Vishnu Jana Swami, and a wonderful singer. Prabhupada said that he sings like Gandharva. In those days, we had this album, you know, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, in an olden days album. Such a melodious singer, Vishnu Jana Swami. Wonderful devotee. Somewhere when he was practicing Krishna consciousness, some mistake has happened, which a sannyasi is not supposed to do. So, Vishnu Jana Swami went and asked Prabhupada, if a sannyasi does this mistake, what is the atonement? He didn't say, he didn't reveal it to Prabhupada that I did this mistake. He generally asked a question, what if a sannyasi had done this mistake? What is the atonement? Prabhupada very gravely said, if this is the mistake, then he should commit suicide. The sannyasi, because that was a serious mistake. And he didn't refer to him, and neither the person who asked the question mentioned that it was me. Then somebody saw Vishnu Jana Swami for the last time in Prayag, Allahabad, Triveni Sangam. Then nobody had seen him after that. Some close devotees guessed that he jumped in Triveni Sangam, Allahabad, and committed suicide. So when a devotee approaches spiritual master, be transparent. I know personally a devotee who was a very famous Bhagavatam orator. Wonderful devotee. So some society wanted to award him a title. Like, the modern world, they give him sir, doctor, different titles, Padma Shri. So somebody wanted to award him a title, which is a prestigious title. So he asked Guru Maharaj, that can I accept this title, and this will help me in preaching. I can go around the society. I can use this title and I will get entry. I will get a podium, so I will be accepted. Guru Maharaj kept silent for some time. And Guru Maharaj said, is it really necessary for preaching? Do you need a title so much for the preaching? So the devotee understood that Guru Maharaj is not happy with accepting that kind of appreciation. So he immediately wrote back to that organization saying that I deny due to my personal reasons. You can honor somebody else. Then Guru Maharaj came to know that this person has rejected. Then Guru Maharaj said, you are a first-class disciple. See, sometimes we expect a yes from Gurudev for our wishes. Guru Maharaj is not a demigod who will simply sanction all our whims and fantasies. We want to get a yes from him so that it will become Krishnaized, Krishna conscious oriented. But a first-class disciple is ready to accept any kind of service from Guru. Srila Prabhupada once went to Tirupati. Then the big management came, all the management people, they came and asked Prabhupada, please give us order, we will build a Radha Krishna temple for you in Tirupati. Please give us order. They asked 2-3 times, but Prabhupada kept very quiet. He didn't say anything. But when they forced, Prabhupada said, if an acharya says something and people don't follow, it will become an offense. If you want to do it, you do it, Krishna will be happy. But don't try to get a yes from it. Because when Guru says and the disciple can't follow, right? So the Guru-Sishya relationship is so fine, very subtle. Once His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, devotion lies in the details. We have established a relationship now with Guru. The more we are focused, the more we pay attention, the more we work in the finer details, then a beautiful pearl emerges. Like water drops on the rock, juice on the flower, and the moisture inside a shell. The water on the pathway and rock, it will just evaporate. The water droplets, which are like the dew drops in the early morning, that will also evaporate. But the moisture inside the pearl will remain for long, and slowly the moisture will turn himself into a pearl. So, when Guru gives instruction, the instruction should go very deep inside our heart and keep on meditating again and again and again. How to do it, how my Guru has given this instruction, how to break it, how to find a way. When we keep meditating, and slowly it will emerge. Who is a responsible devotee? Who is ready to share the responsibility of the Guru on his shoulders? Like a son becomes elder, Then immediately son tells his father, okay, I will take care of the shop. I will take care of sister's wedding. I will do this. You know, he starts sharing the responsibility of spiritual master. There are two kinds of devotees in ISKCON. One is a devotee who travels in the palanquin, and the second is a devotee who carries the palanquin. There are many devotees in this organization who enjoy the fruit of organization. Oh, nice prasad, beautiful deities, nice darshan, nice parikrama, nice pilgrimage, nice class, nice katha, nice kirtan. Enjoy the fruit of this organization. But there are some devotees who work to get this fruit. They carry the palanquin. So responsible devotees. In the initial days when Guru Maharaj was in Mayapur, he was plowing, he was doing potato agriculture, he was doing plumbing work, electrical work, sometimes he was doing the buildings on his own. And it has happened many times. They bring material from Kolkata to Mayapur on trucks. And all over the road, they will steal. There are so much of thieves. They will steal iron bars and building materials and this. So there are many, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj said, many times, Jayapataka Maharaj will sit on the truck. You know, the Indian trucks, it will be open on the backside. He will be sitting on the rods and the iron building materials. And it's not an easy ride. Even today from Kolkata to Mayapur, it's not an easy ride. Imagine the situation in 70s. He will sit on the truck and come 5-6 hours. How much genuinely from the deep of his heart he is committed to Srila Prabhupada. So this Guru-Sishya relationship is once in a lifetime. Rupa Goswami says, it is Krishna personally sends his wonderful messengers as gurus. In one shloka, Krishna is telling that person is a Pashandi who sees the difference between me and an acharya. Acharya mat prasango. I myself come as acharya sometimes. So for a disciple, his guru, who is reminding Krishna again and again, is equivalent to Krishna. That's why we say Sakshad Haritvena. Because for a disciple, that is enough. Ramanujacharya had a wonderful disciple called Govinda. Actually, he was his cousin brother, not a disciple, his own cousin brother. So Govinda realized the supremacy, the superior position of Ramanujacharya and voluntarily, happily took initiation from Ramanujacharya. His own cousin brother, very close. So one day Ranganathji was coming on a palanquin and everybody is on the street, you know, taking darshan, glorifying, chanting shlokas, everything. This Govinda is busy boiling milk and arranging bed for his guru. Ramanujacharya is arranging bed. So Ramanujacharya is also standing on the street, waiting for Ranganathji's darshan. So he called Govinda, you are not coming to take darshan of the Lord. When Lord is coming out, it's a rule in the Vedas, you should come and take darshan and pay namaskara. Then Govinda said, for me, the first God is my spiritual master. I am boiling milk for him and I am arranging his bed. Many times, Prabhupada's disciples, one or two of them, they have said, we don't know who is Krishna. We don't know anything about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What we have is all just information about Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have not realized who is Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But we all know who is Srila Prabhupada, and we believe in him, and we are sure he will take us back to Krishna. And Prabhupada was so happy when a devotee said that. The faith, the conviction. That is the kind of faith His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj is having Prabhupada. When he was in coma, Sachinandan Maharaj visited him 3 times. Then he was in coma for a long time. Then when he was cured, when he regained his consciousness, Sachinandan Maharaj, once he came in Bhaktivedanta hospital and said, Jayapatak Maharaj, when you were in coma, I came and visited you twice. Jayapatak Maharaj, Guru Maharaj immediately lifted his hand and showed 3. Sachinandan Maharaj actually came 3 times. But by mistake, he said, I came and met you twice when you were in coma. But Guru Maharaj lifted his hand and said, not 2, 3. So devotees were like shocked. Because externally for us, you are in coma. Right? And he said, you came thrice. And Russian disciples went and asked him, what was your experience when you were in coma? Then Guru Maharaj immediately closed his eyes and said, Srila Prabhupada told me not to reveal it. You know, we can't even comprehend, we can't understand what kind of relation, what kind of a personality. So we should know how to approach Pranipatena. And the second, Hariprashna. How to ask questions very humbly, not trying to express or exhibit our intelligence, our capacity. Very humbly ask questions. Guru Maharaj himself said that after every Bhagavatam class, I will ask questions, and Prabhupada was happy to answer it. So sometimes he will be thinking so much what question to ask. You know, he wanted to ask the right question. That is why whenever we have spiritual master physically, we go and bow down and very honestly ask, please, please bless me so that I can continue serving this organization, Guru Parampara, achieve Krishna Bhakti, and ask questions and beg for blessings. Because when Gurudev is physically there, every small things becomes a beautiful lesson. Some things which strike me, which I can never forget in my lifetime. At least some 20-25 years back, we were in a tiny temple, you know, hardly 2-3 brahmacharis. But Guru Maharaj, without fail, he will come once or twice a year. Even the congregation was like 20, 30, 40 people, that's all. But he will make a point to visit once a year, twice a year, and very meager facilities, very meager facilities. We will all be sleeping in one room on the floor, and he will be sleeping on the next room on the floor. That's it. No extra facility. No, we were in a simple building, broken building. So I saw for the first time, before going to sleep, he bows down for a few minutes. On the bed, he is bowing down and paying his obeisances. For a few minutes, he didn't raise up. So next day morning, we asked Guru Maharaj question, Guru Maharaj, can you explain what is that you are doing? Every day we see you bowing down. What are you praying? So Guru Maharaj quoted a beautiful shloka. I forgot that shloka. And he said, thanking Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth. And the shloka goes like this. Now I am going to sleep. I am not sure whether I will rise up tomorrow morning or not. There is no guarantee that I'll wake up in the morning or not. Anybody can leave body. You have very patiently tolerated me stamping on you the whole day. You carried me. So if I wake up tomorrow morning, I will be forced to again stamp you, walk on top of you. So my dear earth, please bless me. Every step I walk should be for the service of Krishna and never for my selfishness. What an intent realization and a prayer. We can never forget some of those instructions. Completely sold out for the service of Guru. We are so fortunate to have such a personality in our life. All the Prabhupada's disciples, each one is an ornament. And we are blessed in Kali Yuga to have association of all these wonderful personalities. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity and giving a chance to share some points about Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gopikant Prabhuji, and thank you, Krishna Prabhu. So if anybody has any comments, you're free to share.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. You enlightened the responsibility of a disciple. We are so fortunate to have your sweet words. If anybody has any questions, please put your question. Satyabhama Mataji, do you have any question? Litangi Mataji is saying such an question.
Hare Krishna, Jagat, Sakshi, Prabhu, maybe you can share some general instructions which you are expected of the disciple. General instructions on a daily basis. What's supposed to be done?
Namananda Prabhu is saying that please tell few general instructions what people need to do to continue.
Yeah. Recently, some years back, Guru Maharaj released a list of around 60 points, which Srila Prabhupada wanted him to do. Just reading the list itself is so inspiring. How consciously every small thing Guru Maharaj has noted. Once he went and offered a rose flower to Guru Prabhupada. Actually, Guru Maharaj is not very fond of rose flowers. But Prabhupada likes rose flowers so much. So once His Holiness Jayaprakash Swami Guru Maharaj offered Prabhupada rose flower, Prabhupada took a deep breath. He smelled it so deeply. And he kept it on his Bhagavatam desk. Then the flower was there for a long time. Every now and then he will take and smell it so deeply and leave it. So Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada appreciated Guru Maharaj for bringing that rose flower. From that day, when he was a young brahmachari, when Prabhupada is around, he will make a point to get a rose flower to Prabhupada. Even after that, Guru Maharaj had a regular habit of offering rose flower to Prabhupada. That was a simple thing, Prabhupada said. I like rose flowers. So made a point that I should offer rose flowers. So in this way, from small things to big projects, whatever Prabhupada has mentioned, sometimes officially, sometimes in letters, sometimes in a very casual talk. But Guru Maharaj, this is a quality of a beautiful disciple. He has noted down everything, and to the best of his capacity, he is practiced. So throughout the year, throughout his life, Guru Maharaj was there. He makes a point to offer a rose flower to Srila Prabhupada. And sometimes when rose flower is not available, we came to know from his secretaries, he offers a Manasika rose flower. In this way, Prabhupada has noted down 60 instructions. So Guru Maharaj has noted down.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think Jagat Prabhu has some internet issue. We will wait for a couple of minutes, otherwise we'll call out for the day. Okay, it seems Prabhuji has some internet issues or some power out issues. We'll call out for the day. Thank you so much for all of you joining and made this JSSX.
Prabhu joined.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, please go ahead. Your instructions.
Yeah, sorry, Prabhu, the line got cut. So, Guru Maharaj has made a point, noted down every small instruction. In that, finally, Guru Maharaj says, so I would like my disciples to do one or more of these services in their lifetime. That a common thing is, Prabhupada told Guru Maharaj, preach unlimitedly. There is no limit for this instruction. He has told to preach unlimited. So there is no boundary for that. So anybody who preaches is very dear to Guru Maharaj, because that's one thing, preach unlimited. So in Middle East, once Guru Maharaj went to a house. So they were living in a small house, no much facility. So what they have done, the olden television, big box type televisions. Nowadays they all have different style. The old television, just like a box. On top of that, they have wrapped a cloth, and on top of that, they have kept Jagannath picture, Gaurnitai picture, that made it an altar. So Guru Maharaj asked them, so what do you do when you want to watch a TV? You remove this altar or what? Something he asked. And the couple said, we have never on the television for past 2 years. We have never turned it on. So it's like the television has become like a shelf for them, using it as a platform. So Guru Maharaj was so happy, and because they're preaching so busy, they forgot television, this thing, that thing. And Mataji came and said, we have made only 20 devotees chanting 16 rounds. We could make only 20 devotees. Guru Maharaj said 20 devotees chanting, it's a big number. It's not only 20 devotees. He was so happy about their preaching and the television thing, that few months, 2-3 months, in every lecture he was quoting that. I went to a particular house and they were not using television for so many years. He was saying that it was so happy sharing that. So this instruction that we preach, whatever tiny effort we take in preaching the holy name will definitely please His Holiness Jagat Swami Maharaj. So that's a common instruction for all of us. Okay, Prabhu?
Lekha Mataji, any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, you spoke about how sometimes devotees think about Krishnifying our desires to Maharaj. We don't receive personal instructions sometimes directly from Guru Maharaj. How can we know that we are not Krishnifying and we are doing through pure bhakti and pure surrenderance to Guru Maharaj?
So initially, when we start our Krishna consciousness, the whole focus is just chanting the holy name, offering prasada to Krishna, all the basic things. When we start doing that sincerely, then we see that devotees getting attracted, inspired, and slowly they start making decisions. And in this way, we become qualified, where a spiritual master will be ready to give instruction. Otherwise, when Guru Maharaj gives a specific instruction and the devotee can't do, as Prabhupada said, it will become an offense. So the basic thing is like everybody starts preaching, and when we start preaching, then we show the result to Guru Maharaj. Okay, so many devotees have become, this has become, that has become, and it is like a Krishna giving more responsibility, more enthusiasm. Prabhupada said three things are connected: mercy, seva, and enthusiasm. You are more enthusiastic, you do more seva. When you do more seva, you get more mercy. When you get more mercy, you get more enthusiasm. When you have more enthusiasm, it goes on and on. It's like the ice thing which falls, slowly becomes a huge thing, like what Guru Maharaj's volume. We will go crazy if we know what Guru Maharaj is doing. Preaching in all over the globe. Luckily, he couldn't move to moon and sun. Otherwise, he will start a preaching center there also. Right? In all kinds of countries, all kinds of preaching. And Prabhupada has told him to renovate all the Vaishnava places in Mayapur, Navadvip, Mandal, house of Lokanath Acharya, house of Sridhara Goswami, all that, renovating that, translating, writing books, building temples, making disciples, publishing books, building Mayapur. You can't even read what is the volume of seva he is doing. So then we become committed, serious, and sadhana is good. Slowly those direct instructions will come. It will take time. Now we should do whatever preaching that's possible for us.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. It's becoming very late for you. You are so kind. Even tonight, wonderful relations for all of us. It's really very inspiring. Thank you so much. Let's chant 3 times Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and let's all pray for Guru Maharaj's good health, that can give his more association and empowerment for all of us. Let's chant 3 times from the bottom of your heart for the well-being of Guru Maharaj, and also pray for Sakshi Prabhu ji will come to us and our association again and again, so that we can empower more. Let's Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Jagat Swami Guru Maharaj ki. His Grace Jagat Sakshi Prabhu ji ki. रामवेद भक्त वृंद की और प्रेमानंदे
हरे हरे बोल।
पावने नमो नमः कृष्ण